Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. Attleboro Mayor Paul Heroux is working to implement a gunshot detection safety system in the Attleboro Public Schools. We spoke with him to learn more.
All right, so a gunshot detection system is basically the same idea as a fire alarm system. A fire alarm system, when it's activated, it will instantly alert the fire department to the fire. A gunshot detection system measures the acoustics of a gunshot and instantly alerts the police department. So the way it works is that it measures two different things. It's measuring the acoustics of the gunshot, but it's also looking at the flash. So it's a kind of a two-step feature. And when it's measuring that, it's looking at where in the building the gunshot is going off. It's also able to identify what the caliber of gun and usually what type of gun it is, whether it's a shotgun, a rifle, or a pistol, an AR-15. It can actually determine what that is because the acoustics of each of those are different from one another. So the system at the high school is going to be designed in a way that it can also lock doors and announce something over the PA system. So that is one of the added features of this. But the next line of defense that I'd like to do is actually improve the target itself, what's called target hardening. And that's put some type of a metal detector, a gunshot detector, at the entrances so it can actually detect when a gun is actually going into the school. The tricky part is finding the right technology that doesn't make it look like you're going into a jail or a prison or you're walking through airport security, because we don't want kids to feel like they are going into like a dangerous environment. So one of them is to get the police there immediately if there is a gunshot, and the other one is to keep the guns out in the first place. Unfortunately, school shootings can happen anywhere. We can't predict where the next one is going to happen, and they are becoming increasing in their frequency, especially now that we're coming out of the pandemic again, and the casualties are also increasing. So the importance of having a gunshot detection system, as I said before, is to get the police to the scene of the crime immediately, because in past active shooter situations, you might have the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes go by and the police haven't even been notified yet because there's a lot of confusion. People might have thought it was a door slam or a firecracker, or they might have thought it was somebody dropping a book or some type of loud bang, or maybe it was a video. There's a lot of times a lot of confusion in those first few moments, and people don't call the police right away. Gunshot detection system will basically get rid of that confusion and instantly alert the police. So this will be a system that's in operation at all 9 schools. We have the high school, we have the 3 middle schools, and we have the 5 elementary schools. So it would be in operation at all 9 schools. And then we would also have a $10,000 annual fee, which covers the service and the maintenance on the system. The maintenance will be important because some of the devices are going to be wireless, and they're going to have the batteries checked and tested every year, or the system will be checked every year and the batteries will be replaced every year. But as far as the funding goes, the funding is, this is basically a one-time expense to install these at the schools. And so we have a one-time source of revenue. It's basically the host fee agreement from the pot shops that we have in Attleboro. So it's basically called, host fee is also called impact fee. And this is something that we're getting 3% of the revenues for the first 5 years of operation of a pot shop.